head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had two necks. I got homies that can sleep without two. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Gon' pop it for me cause I'm rich and poppin' in, yeah. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with it, rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, duckin' 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, lil' bro. Let me feel myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit.
This is Dev B Music.
Hey yo, yeah, Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19, Icy, water dripping on a white tee. And shorty got a man, but she saying wife me. I got checks coming in like a pair of Nikes. If I like it, then you know I'm finna get it.
It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Set, lady! Here we go.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
14. First down, Falcons.
Blue 60. You. Zero. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
Back to throw. Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line.
Of 14. First down, Falcons.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Ball carrier.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Stafford now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
To
Justin Jefferson there to make the grab. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Vikings nothing. Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Murray now on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
The 36-yard line.
26, Mike. Move. Check. Check, hot route. Hot. Quick dance. Come.
Throwing now is Murray. He'll find Lindsey here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Come on, boy. 2-2. Hot. You better be ready.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings nothing.
Oh, big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They do go for it. It's Murray. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Now Stafford. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Atlanta.
That lady. Here we go. D all day. Defense all day. All day. Switch. Switch. Stay 50.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Stafford. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Under 10. 10. Check 43.
And again this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
21-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now from Murray. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
At the 48-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
26 Mike, 26 Mike, 26 Mike.
To throw, it's Murray, escaping the pressure right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Eluding the pressure right. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get to the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
A gain of 2. Brings up
second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And now the throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brought down at the 45-yard line.
Here's Stafford. They'll roll him out right. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Stafford. Dancing to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
4th and goal at the 2-yard line.
Blankenship's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. Offensively, pretty good execution. Long drive, chews up the remainder of the first half clock, and they finish it off with 3 points.
And what's the best byproduct of the whole thing besides the fact that they got points on the board? They didn't leave the other team any time to mount a drive themselves.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
85 is coming. 85 is coming. Watch him. Watch him. Check 24. Check 24.
A final shot before half from Murray. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Throwing again on second down. Murray, throw left side complete. It's Lindsey. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
At the 37-yard line.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO, what's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Now this time Murray to throw it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Check the backer. Check the backer.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
36, 36. Shift. Watch the shift.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
He completes this to Russell Gage. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by Troy Apke. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Rolling to his right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He's going to take off with it, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
We got 3. 26 Mike.
From the gun, Murray, it's complete. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
17, Vikings 14. Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Steps away to his left. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Stafford on the keeper. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal.
No. Switch it.
They'll run with Lindsey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Philip Lindsey with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Maher now to kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford to Jefferson on the slant. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On the play. First down, Atlanta.
On first down, Stafford here. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sideline. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Intended target on that one, Russell Gage. And now it's 3rd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And he finds Montgomery complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
The result of the play is a turnover on downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Call it a gain of of 5. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Flush to... Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the extra point.
And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A big opportunity to tie it with 3 or take the lead with a touchdown. Their defense definitely did their part with that pivotal 4th down stop. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Murray. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Quick throw caught out wide by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
26, Mike. 26,
Back to throw. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
And 10 at the 24-yard line.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. He's back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's